Okay, so checking the date. Today's March 2nd, 2025, and I just got done finishing the Seollal Fest event that was at the bottom, and what was at the back end was a gold and purple pad. And in my previous video I just made a mention that this is it right here, that it is a gamble, because, well, at least for right now it says only robots in the purple data pads. So hitting that question mark, you get 0% on any of the drones and any of the pilots for the robots, but you're going to, so that's not always applicable, because for the most part there's about 9 different things that you can get, and like I said, it could be something that you don't want. So I'm just going to open it really quick because it really doesn't matter. It's most likely going to be a Dux or a Condor, because if I hit my components, if you guys remember from my previous video, I had 2 extra Condors and 2 extra Duxes that I can get, which I actually got them, so now they're reset and I don't have the components to make any more. But considering the order of release for the robots, odds are you're going to get something that was previously given before. So if I get a second Ravager, that'd be really awesome. I would be really lucky, in my honest opinion, but for the most part I can only imagine it's going to give me another Dux or Condor. So let me just open it to get right to it, and I only have 1 gold pad. And it gave me a Sport Condor. So like I said, it's going to give you a Dux, it's going to give you a Condor. Out of the 3 robots, I think this is the weakest robot, which I'm not really, I mean, I have it now, but I mean, I could fill up an entire hangar with literally just fucking Condors now because of how many I have. And that's sad, because most people want to get that Ravager, but I could just make a mention that, I mean, 1, 2, hold on, let me just go back, like, just to show. Change robot. I mean, I guess I really don't have to do that, but move to hangar 1, go back, change robot. Like I said, I actually got the robots itself. There's a Sport one. Move to hangar 1. Right. And the last one would be the Crisis, but this is kind of retarded because I literally just filled up an entire fucking hangar with literally nothing but Condors. So I don't have it, but again, just without filling up the actual hangar and taking time to do that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Duxes, in addition to 4 freaking Condors, but 1 Ravager. So I want to make a mention that when you're trying to open up the data pads, if you go into the store, robot data pad silvers, it's nice because they give you more and they're cheaper, but if you go for the gold ones, they're a little bit more expensive, except for obviously that special right there. It's about the same price, so that's actually really decent. But I figured out by looking at my video and opening up all those data pads, because I had over 50, maybe 60 of the silver data pads, and in all honesty, right now to spend money on the game, it would be a steal, because you have that little indicator that says only robots, and that's specifically if you're going for one of the robots. However, I also want to mention that in order to get all those things, including one Ravager, I had to spend over $250 since I came back to the game. And I think I remember February 20th, so it's been 10 days since that last video when I uploaded it. And then when I came back, it was like in maybe the beginning of February. But again, I'm in Starbucks right now, and my content on my video is typically about PUBG Mobile. The biggest difference is I spent about $1,500 on this fucking game, and I spent $0 on PUBG Mobile, but I get a lot more fucking fun just using a 50 or 30, however much money it costs to get that 2021 GameSir X2 controller. That's not anything fancy. It's not a Backbone. It's not any of the new released ones like an X3 or something like a Galileo. But I get a lot more fun playing that game, and I spend $0 on that game. So I kind of want to title this video, is it worth it? Is it worth spending the money to try and get any of those latest robots? And the answer is no. People that feature content for war robots such as Manny and Predator and Adrian, they actually have a lot more viewing, so I'd suggest going over to their channel and looking at their videos, because for one, they're not stuck to using Wi-Fi at a public establishment such as Starbucks. They got a home. They have better internet. They have a way better computer. Like, I have a nice laptop, but I don't have a place to use it. So I can't exactly make good content unless I spend time here at Starbucks and use their electricity and use their Wi-Fi and spend time literally making a video to edit it. So right now I'm just using ADV screen recorder, but I wanted to show that I've finished the whole Seollal event and also explain that it is not worth it because it took me over a month and a half to get through all of it. It's not featured there anymore since I got the end prize, but like I mentioned, if you go to the store, you can get a pretty damn good deal on that gold and purple robot data pad. And at least right now there's one going for $9. But I can tell you, if you were to open 5, you're probably gonna get 2 Duxes and 2 Condors before you get 1 Ravager. So technically that would be like $10. That's like $50 that you throw into the game. And if you're trying to go for the Ravager, you're gonna get the bullshit first, and then you're gonna get the thing that you want. And unfortunately, that's literally what I did with about 60 different silver data pads, and that was including the 21 that I featured in my previous videos. And I don't, again, I don't really make War Robots content, but since I came back out of habit, I spent money on it, and it's sad what Pixonic has done, how they've turned the game into more or less a cash grab. You spend money for power. You're spending money for the power, but in eventual updates, they're gonna take away the power, and you're fucked out of the money that you spent on the game. So, was the $250 in the month and a half worth it? No. But why? Because I get a lot more fun playing PUBG, and something that literally takes skill. I mean, it took me years to be able to get to the level of gameplay that I have, and it took a long time adapting to the controller. I use the controller. I don't play the game without the controller, but on this one I don't play the game with the controller on War Robots. And I'll go back to making PUBG mobile content, because I think there's a lot more people playing that game. It's free. The only thing that you're paying money for would be like skins, and still, even then, it's not worth it. But there's a big difference. Of course, spending $1,500 can get you a maxed out Titan, which I got 150 on there. It can get you multiple Titans, and it can get you multiple weapons and multiple robots for the game. However, like I said, it's just not worth it, because eventually they're gonna nerf the hell out of the things that you spent money on. And when I started playing back in like 2016 and 2017, the Bulgasari and the Haichi were like meta at the time. So I understood something about shields and how the Aegis shield on the Bulwark here was what made it better than both the Bulgasari and the Haichi. And now it's 2025. It's like almost 10 years later, right? But now, what was a good robot, and that's my first MK3 robot, this is now a tier 3 robot. It's not even tier 4. And with just this latest 10.8 update, they nerfed the Aojun, and they nerfed the Fenrir. And thankfully I got 2. This one's a baby. I haven't done anything with the Giftbringer one, but my other one I started investing a lot of money in, trying to get it to MK2, trying to get those Havocs up to MK2 and even higher levels, getting the pilot, getting the Pascal drone, because I saw over a year ago Predator made a video with this thing and it was a tank. And these things, when they're fully maxed out with all the modules, all the pilot, the fucking drone, and of course really good weapons, it's really hard to take down. But if they're gonna take away your power with eventual updates even a year later, that's what makes it not worth spending money on the game. So even though I was able to afford it, technically I wasn't, but I did it just to see. You know, that's why I have almost a fully maxed out Dux right now, and I wanted to experience it in its glory, and I did. It was able to destroy Titans and whatnot. And so I got, where's the one I'm working on right here, this MK12 Dux, MK2 level 12 Dux, and it's literally one thing away from being upgraded. I just need one more of those upgrade tokens. So of course $5 for that to get it to MK3 would actually put it still in its glory. But another thing is getting this little Webby drone up to level 12, and that's gonna cost another pretty penny, just because those microchips are not cheap compared to everything else that's considered a resource in the game. The modules, the power cells, the silver, the gold, the platinum, all these different fucking resources, they're a lot cheaper to get than the microchips that you need in order to upgrade this thing. Trying to grind for it naturally free to play, definitely not worth it, because there's no real good way for you to get these microchips unless somehow Pixonic says, hey, we're gonna give everyone a break with the new operations that they're working on. But and even this thing right now, it's now sitting at 3333, like 3,333 points damage, when I remember it was like at 5,600, and that was at level 1 MK2. And then I waited, now all my silver is gone, I waited for the minus 25, which it gave me a minus 30% on the upgrades and whatnot, so I got this thing all the way up to MK2 level 12. But even then, at almost full maxed out power for the robot itself, they took off over 2,000 points of damage that come from the drones that follow this thing. So another thing for these things, what are those things called, Memoriam or some shit, that's a whole nother resource. Like they listened to my freaking suggestion on Google Play, but they still turned it into a gambling system. They still turned it into a cash grab. And I'm not the only person that's paying money. Of course, paying money is actually contributing to the problem, but they're not going to make this game any better. They're going to make it just worse and worse and worse as time goes on. So they're going to bring out something powerful like the Samjuk. This new Zorn Titan is going to kick ass compared to all the other Titans. Just like Manny said, things are going to be overpowered, and then through eventual updates and whatnot, they're going to take away the power. They're going to nerf the fucking thing and take away the things that you bought. So no, it's not worth it. It's not worth the money, and it's definitely not worth the time, because I would have a lot more fun sitting here playing PUBG Mobile than fucking trying to grind my ass off to get to the very end of the fucking Seollal Fest. And obviously it's not there anymore, right? Take a look at the event. I completed it, but just like I showed in the beginning, it's not there anymore. So I took screenshots of what the hell was there. Obviously, if you still have it on yours, you could just go into the game and check. Where's my screenshots gallery? Right here. And just to complete it, just to complete the damn thing, because I was stuck on the whole try and get a living legend multi-kill, I spent $9 more on those upgrade tokens and the power cells because I was out of power cells. But is it worth it? No. Oh, $10. Become a living legend for a multi-kill, you had to do that in 5 different games. And that was kind of hard, but I needed my ducks in order to do that, and you know, just to get the phase shift to work with the ducks versus the unstable conduit, I needed those power cells. So I'm just kind of showing you like what I had. There's 35. These last ones before all the ones that were in between, because there was like 45. They cut off the other ones and thankfully kept the end prize there, but I sat here and grinded. And it was hard to just destroy enemies using certain robots. Like Space Tech was easy because of the ducks. DSC was kind of hard because I have a level 1 Mars, and my even though I got the Ravager, it's still kind of squishy. It's not exactly, it has a whole lot of HP, but it's not a tank. Like the Bulwark 2, since it got nerfed down to fucking tier 3, wasn't as good, especially since I was a big fan of the Scourge robots. It's hard. I had a lot of issues on Evo Life and Icarus because I don't have really good robots to get those ones done. But this was the Seollal Fest, the screenshots that I took before it went away. But I got it, and I don't know why it doesn't even show anymore after I completed the whole thing, but getting the 10 kills wasn't even an issue, except for, well, you had to fucking deal with the matchmaking. And sometimes, like the first 2 wins for this particular task at the end was lose 4 or 5 games for sure, and then you get 1 win. And then the next one was like lose 3 games for sure, and then you get 1 win. So it took time, it took hours, it took me just sitting here, $3 for my fucking cup of coffee, and sitting here fucking grinding my ass off right here at a public place. Now, if you ain't got responsibilities to take care of, like rent, taking care of your own food and whatnot, and you have like free internet, then you don't have to do something like this. But in all honesty, like just so I get straight to the point, is it worth it? The answer is no. No, because it just took way too much time. I had to stop playing PUBG Mobile just to get through the end of this fest thing, and then it also cost me another fucking $250 in addition to what I spent. But using a regular app, like a counter app that you can keep track of your finances, like I have maybe $15 left to get me to Tuesday, and I get paid like in 3 days or something like that. My food stamps is totally out. My Chase debit card, I literally have $3 left on that, and I won't get paid until about Tuesday. It's Sunday now, so I gotta wait like 2.5 days, go to work one day, wait Tuesday, and then Wednesday I get paid. But I did keep track of how much I spent on the game since I came back in a month and a half, or almost 2 months now. $255 just to get some of that new stuff, like the ducks, all those fucking condors, all those duckses, and the 1 Ravager. So it's learning how to deal with their gambling system, and you know, trying to sit here to grind your ass off for some of the free stuff is literally not worth it. So I just kind of wanted to record this, share that it was just straight bullshit to get to the end of that thing for just a $10 thing. All that time, all that money just to get something that's worth $10. Sad. So I wasted money and I wasted time in order to do that. I had fun, I had a lot of coffee, but it wasn't worth it. So I hope that if you guys did look at this video, you learned from my experience. If you want to try hard and go through these things, again, like I said in the other one, you're going to have specific robots and specific weapons just to be able to get through one segment of that particular fest in the event. So hopefully, which is probably going to be the same if not worse, hopefully the next fest thing is a little bit easier. It's going to be easier for me to do now, but I'm not going to spend all that time just trying to fucking grind through it, because it took way too much time, way too much effort, way too much losing, dealing with the matchmaking, dealing with people that have over $3,000 worth in their account. Like, why would I have to fight someone that's 2 times more powerful than me, right? Like, in life, I think that's a little bit more fair, but to deal with that for a whole month and a half, fuck, it's not worth it. So, again, I hope you guys got some value out of that, and just don't make the same mistake that I did. Of course, over time, if you keep track of how much you spend on the game, then of course it all adds up. But again, through time, the things that you bought for the power is going to be taken away from you. So you're getting robbed of time, money, both things which are really obviously important for everyone in the world, not just me, but everyone. Well, anyways, there's my video, and there was the end of it, and that was, again, not worth it. But thank you for watching my video. Christmas 28, over and out.